Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. We are back with This Week in Destiny. That's right. We're back with some Destiny news for you. I'm gonna be honest, I did a recording of this. I've simmered down. I think I may have been a bit more angry than I need to be on part of this TWID. We'll get to that in a minute, but I'm going to do a normal TWID where we go through and check out the stuff. The PvP map pack comes out next Tuesday. I'm excited. I enjoy PvP. I'm not like a diehard, but I do enjoy PvP, and I'm excited. These maps look exceptional. This map, specifically the Cirrus Plaza, reminds me a little bit of like Reach. I remember fondly playing Zombies, and it's based off a mission in Reach where you go inside this fancy building. They have the little atrium and stuff in the middle. It looks really cool and kind of throws back to Reach vibes for me. I'm excited to play this. This is obviously inspired by the Nightmares raid. I hate that raid, but the map looks good. And new territory is the playlist. This will be placed in if you are wanting to get a emblem. Grab this bad boy because it will be going away after the launch of the final shape. Am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure it says I believe it says it'll disappear. The playlist, the maps will stay, but additionally, lastly, yes, until the end of the season. There it is. I just want to verify, double check. Pantheon. This is like a big deep dive. Okay, it's interesting we're doing it now, but I guess there are new players who are being introduced to these mechanics. I think it's actually kind of paradoxical, and I'll do like a first impressions and thoughts of Pantheon, but for now I'm going to keep this kind of my chest. Here we have Golgoroth, the big ogre boy. It kind of gives you some details of what it does. Some extra. I didn't know that we recovered Golgoroth's remains and the tablet. I didn't know that we took his body and we took the tablet. That's interesting. So there's some interesting. Caretaker, Scorn, Abomination, Altered. I mean, that makes sense. Atrax, the wild card, which is very interesting. The wild card. There's a mission called the wild card. At least in the final shape, there's a wild card. How that goes. Durok, the explicator of planets. Honestly, when the leaks came out and said this was supposed to be a Scion, and we saw like the designs of the Scion, I think we all can agree that this sucks. You're like, why did we get Cabal when we could have had a really cool Scion? Anyways, we've got Zarok, the explicator. And then we got some sweet rewards. Honestly, unironically, the best stuff that you pay for isn't even in the game. It's literally like the raid ring. I have Crota's. I did have Ball of Glass, the ring, but it fell apart. And so I've been very picky on looking at rings. Like, oh, is this a ring that's just going to fall apart? This doesn't look like one. This looks like it's all just cemented together. I don't know how often I would wear it. It's not one of those rings where you're like, you take to school and show the kids like, hey kids, I got this raid ring. Yeah. No. But it is a cool little collectible. If you can't see it back there. And anyways, moving on, it's $125 just so you know if you actually care. Just beat one of the Pantheons and you get immediate access to both the badge, well, not the badge, but to the ring. You have to complete the Godslayer idol to get this right here, the pin. I don't know. Veterans are obviously going to get this. This is not going to be new player friendly, so I would not expect everyone, just a select few, to have access. So because of that, if you're looking for a pin that has some prestige to it, I would imagine this pin will have probably the most prestige game. Pantheon raid ring, we talked about it. Raoul. That's right. This is where I raged. Experience the The experience of grinding out new exotic armor can be a time-consuming process. As from exotics, the best gear in the game, it could take. I don't know. Let me know if that's an elitist view. Okay, it can take quite a few runs to get the drops you're looking for, and for many to get one that has stats that supports your build. Besides that, with exotic armor pieces often forming the backbone of powerful builds, new players are regularly asked to spend a long time tackling challenging content solo before being able to run builds to support the most effective tactics. But that's any MMO or not RPG, but MMO, right? That's like, well, even RPGs too. But I mean, in general, like that's the name of the game. You literally start with nothing, you do the things, and then you get the things to do the harder things. I digress. Continue. Luckily, the Econ team, dude, just when we have a come to the Traveler moment, there is no economy in Destiny. It's just this fictional made-up bullcrap because there's no trading in this game. Diablo 4, real MMO, has actual trading. Warframe, it's the other equivalent to Destiny, actually has trading and in-game currency that you can earn by trading. There is no economy. So I really don't. I think out of all the teams in Destiny, the team I dislike the most is the Econ team. Literally, if there was a team that should have just been removed with the layoffs, it should have been the Econ team, in my opinion. Because what role do they play? Introduce trading and let's talk that you have a reason to exist. The number one Crypt Talk around the town has been talking to. We've been improving them. And here we are, Raul, setting up a new promotional program of sorts that makes farming the army you want more deterministic and less dependent on rotator. Well, that's funny you say this because you still have to get engrams by doing rotators. Now, they could be arguing, you can make an argument, well, lost sectors are on rotation. You have to wait for it. But I don't think it was that big of a deal. It's not like you had to wait months to be able to get the opportunity to farm things. Right? It wasn't like that was the problem. The problem is that new players aren't ready to do anything in the game, including a Legend Lost Sector. And they're not hard. Legends, above all else, are one of the easiest things in the game that are like creeping into like not your patrol zones. Starting in the final shape role, like, let's be honest, that is elitist, but let's stop treating casuals and new people like they're stupid, like they're incompetent. I know there's people out there that would be like, well, have you seen LG? Yes, I've seen LG. But let's not act like people can't do a simple Legend Lost Sector. Play the game to get the rewards. Starting in the final shape role is going to be the source for any new exotic armors that we. But why? Why can't I get that lost sectors are hard for new players? But we have Vex Incursions, as they will talk about later. Vex Incursions is a public encounter that anyone can enjoy. So blueberries can randomly get carried by other people who also want the new exotics. In fact, Vex Incursion was probably one of the best additions for exotics because anyone who need to catch up could join all the people of a new season. They could get caught up because people are chasing these Vex Incursions. It was fun. I actually enjoyed doing them. It was the once in a that I cared about a public event, unironically, because it was actually. But I digress. You can let me in the comments down below what you think. So what's going to happen now in the final shape when it launches? You will have a new rewards program. That's right. You'll be tied to a new reputation track that you will have to level up Master Raul to have access to. You have to level up one time, and then you will be able to have another lineup of focusing. Now, this part I'm confused on. It seems like the old way is staying, where you could target farm, like precision. Right now, you spend 2 Ascendant shards and an engram to choose a very specific armor piece. You just can't farm, like, for instance, seasonal stuff that may have just came out. I think now you can. It used to, you couldn't do that. So that hasn't changed, I believe. Let's continue. Once you become Royal's Engram Insiders, he was very proud of the name. Yeah. You'll be able to purchase any piece of exotic for any character on your account for 1 engram and an exotic cipher. Bro, why? We just got rid of these. And here's the thing. This is a big L, in my opinion. Anything that ties to something that you don't have access to, like you only get 1, you have to level up the entire track record or reputation track, and you get 1. Then you do Xur and you get 1. How do you get more, Mr. Game Council? Well, you give them your money and a battle pass, and then you can get more. Give them money, and then you could focus exotics. Give them money. So let's not act like it's funny, because it's very contradictory. The experience of grinding out new exotics can be time consuming. Then you have to have one of these in order to do it. What do you mean? I have to sit there and now I have to do Xur if I want to be able to really get the access to that next tier focusing. I have to focus ciphers. I have to sit there and do Xur every week. And if I don't, I'm actually hurting myself. What do you mean? Experience of grinding out new exotic could be time consuming. Let me add more reason why you can't focus exotics. I hope you could still focus the exotics you already earned, at least by using the shards, the golf balls, and a stupid engram. But if you're wanting the new ones, you have to cough up a cipher. That's so stupid. Unless they introduce more access in game to earning ciphers, then I'm okay with this. I think this is great. But honestly, if you did a Legend Lost Sector and you got an exotic, it was guaranteed new. The Vex Incursion, guaranteed new. You didn't have to spend any currency to get. So it's actually bottlenecking new players more. 2, they tell you to save up. Like literally, they tell you to hoard exotic engrams and ascend shards. That takes time. Imagine that. Oh, by the way, it's not like new players have easy access to ascend shards, because you have to actually do legend activities. Imagine that. You have to do legend activities. It's not like we were doing that already. Like Legend Onslaught. Right now, you can get some alloys and enhancement prisms. Then doing Grandmasters. New players are definitely not doing that. Master Raids. They're definitely not doing that. So it's not, and yes, reputation stuff. So you have to spend time grinding out reputation if you can't do any of these end game activities to get the golf balls to then be able to focus and try to earn reputation fast enough to actually be able to unlock the ability to focus new exotics. So what system is this for? Because it's not for new players. It's not. And they're doing away with at least new players, if they could get a good build, could do farm legend and then get an armor piece. Like they need arms. They could focus that because of the Lost Sector. Now it's just a generic engram. Now someone's going to be like, well, you can just pop the engram and get an exotic. Yes, but will you get the new exotic by popping it? I don't think so. I almost guarantee you have to have the stupid cipher in order to target the new exotic. If that's not how it is, fine, whatever. I still think it's a dumb system relying on ciphers, but the fact that you can choose specifically what you want for a cipher and engram that tells me the new exotics are locked behind this system, in which case now everyone is getting screwed over. Suck it. You now have to farm out exotics, farm out golf balls, instead of using them to be able to masterwork and use them builds in the future. In fact, at this point, you're better off farming GMs, masterworking as many legendaries as possible, putting it in the vault, and then delete them. You will lose 2, but you will always get a golf ball back. So you're kind of hoarding extras in the back, so that way you can be able to do this stupid system and be able to have enough in your inventory for like new weapons, like raid weapons or new seasonal weapons or whatever shows up in the file shape. You'll have whatever you need to masterwork in the future. Is this something that new players are going to be able to do? No, they're new players. They're not going to be able to farm exotics this way or get prepped for day 1, because they even mention it. They even mention day 1. How am I going to focus this? By precision targeting exotics like it's hot. And it takes 2 to do it. So you need 2 exotics and 2 golf balls and an engram, which means if we have 10, you're going to have to use 20 golf balls to use a whole inventory. And that's not to say that that alone will get you max rank. I'm going to ballpark and say if you have to do 3 characters, that's about 30, right? So double that, but 60 golf balls? So you need 60 golf balls to possibly hit max rank. Maybe I'm overshooting, but they really said have your characters hoard them, so we don't even know what that entails. But that might be about right. I don't know. We'll see how generous Bungie is, but you're gonna at least need an inventory full and max golf balls. Again, I don't like that. I don't like that the new exotic is tied behind the having to actually unlock the reputation and then use a cipher on it, which right now, as we know, ciphers are not farmable. So again, L take from me. The economy team is a joke. Please, if anyone has to be laid off, lay them off. Let's move on with life. Shader icon revamp. Dude, I don't know. Like, it looks fine, but somehow they just made it worse. It's like they took what was already there and then put another icon on top of it. It's like, what? But why? How hard is it to just show what it looks like? Can you do like a generic like icon like this? And then remove the back layer? Just, it is what it is? Because I can't tell. Sometimes I can't tell. Am I supposed to care about the back? No? Okay, the front? Because these two look identical. Like, this diamond looks like this diamond. So how the hell do I tell? Are you telling me that this is the patterns that can... I don't like it. I think the icon is... I think we should just keep it the way it is. And honestly, I won't even bother looking at this icon besides maybe the color palette. Oh, this has black, red. I don't care what other else is in there. I just want to see if it looks good. Because honestly, just trying to decipher this gives me a headache. I can only imagine what new players think. But my God. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. They took away the white. I think you should definitely take away anything that's not part of the shader. Like, if white's not part of it, I don't know why it's in there in the first place. But I guess this is showing that it can have a glow to it. And yeah. I'm really not going to have a hissy fit about shaders. It's whatever. So I'm going to condense this. This is probably the biggest part of the entire situation of this TWID is the PvP strike team. They've been struggling a lot with how do we make special weapons not dominant? How do we do ammo? They've tried the respawn system where you always have 2 shots ready to go, which made it to where specials always had uptime. That's all that people were using was shotguns and snipers, fusions. It was like, you die, you always have it. And they didn't like that. Then they went to the meter system. By the way, just some heads up. Shotguns were, while the respawn system has had its issues, and we felt there were no rooms for improvement, it did a decent job for balancing out ammo distribution between high and low performing players, with high performing players on average utilizing special ammo 1 to 0.5 times more than low performing players. Similarly, with years of system in place, the special ammo meta had solidified nicely. Shotguns were at the top with around 47%. Yeah, and people are like, shotguns don't need nerf. Right now, it's just conditional finality. The shotgun. you don't have conditional finality, you need to get it. It's the shotgun in PvP. It has very good use in PvE. Oh, but the meter system. The meter system essentially is based on how many kills and assists you would get ammo. And this meant you have it was more deterministic in the way that I shoot, I get kill, or I help get kill, I get points, I get ammo. That's how it worked. What happened in actuality is I join match, my team bad, other team gets all kills, I never see special, they always have shotgun in hand and teabag me with their fighty balls right into me, right? That's how it is. It's very landslidey, where you start stacking on getting kills, and I think it has its positives. One of the positives is using guns that they never use. Like, I've seen people use Fourth Horseman of all shotguns. They run up, someone's in a bubble, they jump in, and they use an entire clip to kill a bubble guy. That's actually pretty cool. But it's very easy, and there's a lot of times where I have ammo and I just never use it because I'm trying to use a gun, and I got like 8 shots of shotgun, and I'm like, yeah, I should probably use that. It's easy to store ammo. It's easy to kind of like cheese with it. It's easy to just have an entire team always have special, and the other team barely can do anything. So they didn't like that. Especially in Checkmate. I don't care about Checkmate. Half the time I don't know when it exists and when it doesn't exist. Again, earnable special, I think it's a good bones system, and they're gonna actually take that and make it its own thing, because right now in the state that it's at in the game can't handle it. They can't do what they need to do with the system, so they have to do it from scratch. So they're gonna do it from scratch. They're gonna do the meter system. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I look forward to it. I'm okay with that. Balancing issues. Primarily one player type over the other. Yeah, if you were a good player, you just always had ammo. You were not the best of players, you never saw the light of day. Not only that, what happened is that shotguns have more than 76% of special weapon kills. Fusions were reduced to 18%, and everything else was 16%, which that means why use anything where it's risk reward? Like snipers, there are some people that land heads that are really good. There are people that land heads because they're cheaters. And it's a great, like, most of the time you're pretty much safe to report people just get a wild shot on you through flinch and stuff. Just report them for cheating. It's okay. It's not like if they're not cheating, they'll never get banned. But I have gotten several people banned, and I've got the little thing saying, hey, thank you for your thing. Yeah, always just report like crazy sniper shots. Even if you're wrong, you're wrong. Nothing happens. Not like you're a Twitch streamer or a content creator. It's not like you have like, I got Joe on the phone, like, hey, yeah, this guy's cheating. They'll look at it. If they think it's sus, they'll get banned. If not, it's whatever. But outside of that, people really aren't using snipers because shotguns are free. Again, conditional finality, just sometimes the distance that gun can get kills is crazy. You just sneeze and people fall over. Again, please, Bungie, don't PvE. Please don't nerf it at all. They're nerf. Weapon balance has become similarly one-sided. Again, shotguns as the main solution. All other special weapons are no longer useful. Exactly. That's why a lot of people are going to sidearms. If you remember, if you're a veteran from D1, at the end of the life of D1, it became, we're using nothing but sidearms because it was very ammo friendly. And that's all people ran was sidearms. Trespasser was one. Drake's Promise got buffed. Like, it got brought back and it got buffed, and people were using Drake's Promise because it would track, the shots would track people. And so it was also very dominant. I remember distinctly the people running sidearms, and I was desperate to make Lord of Wolves meta. I wanted to use it and make it good, but it sucked back then. Unironically, it became very meta in Destiny 2 and then killed into extinction like it was in D2 or D1, sorry. Rich get richer meta. Yes, that's how it is. Technical issues, again, they're saying they're struggling. The crates, they don't like the crates because it encourages a gameplay that they don't want, where people are more likely to stand on one side of the map. People are more focused, may not play objective because they're too worried about getting special, or what happens is they control all the special bricks and forcibly lock out the other team for being able to have special. So what they're going to do is the 1-1-1, where they take all three systems, where respawning, you will respawn with one ammo, or sorry, one a number of shots equal to a kill. So shotgun, snipers, fusions, one shot, right? Forerunner will probably have what, three? You need what, like 3 hits, 2 hits? So 3 shots, I don't know, but you're gonna get enough to be able to get 1 guaranteed kill if you land your hits. They're gonna do the meter system, where you get, you guessed it, enough for 1 kill. Crate system, same thing, 1 kill. All these systems are in place specifically to make sure that people aren't camping, people aren't, it's not landsliding. Also, when you get a kill with primary, you will also get bricks to fall, but it will be enough for 1 kill. Shotguns, you can't change shotgun kills. It won't get any ammo back for it. That's fine. Overall, I don't know. I am not like a prestige PvP player. I think this sounds fine. I do think it kind of sucks because when you get a new toy, you want to play with it, and when the uptime is almost non-existent for some of these special weapons, it feels bad. But at the same time, it feels bad when that's all people are using is specials, and you want to be able to play with new like primaries, new guns. Like, who needs to play with the new blast furnace when you have people barrel stuffing you with shotguns all the time? It's, yeah. So I'm not gonna try to say I know the answer because I don't. I just play the game, and then I leave. Super Black is back. You know, unironically, I think other game communities think we're idiots because we get excited for the fact that we can make our characters look black. Like, we can shade everything black, and that's like probably, that is pro-typical. I played Diablo 4 and you could just make everything black. So the fact that we're like, oh my god, after 10 years we can finally make our characters look black again. We do look like idiots, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am so happy to have it. I'm hyped that we can do that. Even though I think it's so stupid it took this long, I'm still excited that we have it, and I'm glad that I can now make my drip look better. Issues. So, PSA, if you want to get the nice little blue metal kind of shader for Archie's quest, it does rotate. I didn't know this. Once a week, it will rotate. You can't go backwards. You only go forwards, but it's okay. As long as you do it one time, you will get the shader regardless of what week you do. And if you miss any weeks, it's okay. You will get all the lore at the launch of the final shape. It'll just be unlocked for you. Thank God, right? So if you don't want to sit there and hunt him down the entire time, you don't have to. Known issues outside of that. Onslaught. I thought this was intended, but you can be randomly teleported to the incorrect location. Honestly, if that's not intended, fix it, because nothing wastes more of your prep time than having to run across the map back to where you were. ADU. Randomly, occasionally despawns. Oh man, I wonder if someone's, causing that to happen. Yep, don't know how that happens. Who? On rare occasions, Spark Onslaught can be lost. Yeah, that's bad. Fix that. If you kill the boss on Onslaught too quick, it will lock you out. Yes, I've had this happen a couple times, where if you're too good, the game says, F you, restart. God, I hate that, dude. Especially if you're like wave 49 or something, because you get nothing for that. You get nothing. I think, and I'm going to say this, I think beating boss rounds should give you a weapon for that. And I know they're going to fix this, but as like a temporary fix until they, just getting kill. Now, I also think you can farm it. No, you can't farm bosses. Actually, no, you can't. You can't farm the bosses once you wipe. Actually, I don't remember. I swear we fought the boss multiple times, but maybe I'm tripping. Either way, I'm just trying to do anything to get extra loot. Brave weapons. The Recluse Hammerhead are not highlighting things, so unfortunate, except for their previous models do. Artists. Somehow they made the worst raid boss in the game look really freaking cool. So absolute props to the Legend of Alive Wake. Again, the best thing in the Destiny 2 community is the artists, because they do such a phenomenal. In fact, I'm going to save it right now. Don't mind me. I'm going to save that because that actually looks really cool. And that's it. I'm going to leave this here. I'm Mr. Gaming Council. Let me know what you think. I'm excited for the PvP maps coming out next week. I don't think I'm going to care outside of having to grind my teeth for exotic engrams. So do that now, by the way. For the changes to Raoul, if you want access to the new exotics, you're probably going to have to grind your tits off. And save up your ciphers. You can only have 5. Aha. Ha. I hate it. All right, economy team, be gone. And with that, thank you guys. The like button, comment, subscribe. Huzzah. I said huzzah.